Sookie Stackhouse novels on my daytime show, which came out at, like, I don't know, when I was 4. And I said who she ended up with, and they're like, spoiler alert. I was like, that shit came out 15 years ago. That's on you.
Read a book.
Wikipedia that shit.
And the thing is, people get excited, like I'm watching something, I'm tweeting, people will get really excited, and so they're like, oh girl, just wait, girl, just wait. And I'm like, I'm watching it, what am I waiting for? And then they'll say, oh, you're gonna be so sad, you're gonna be so sad. And that's a spoiler to me, because I know something's coming. And so stop doing that.
That's one of the things that I hate about Comic-Con is we come to Comic-Con, we do all this press, and all of the press are very excited because, you know, in our case, going into season 10, what's going to happen? But the only question that we get again and again, we don't get hugs like this from the press. No, we don't. We get this barrage of irritating questions about what's going to happen on the show. We don't want to tell you. Watch the show. But that's the only question that we get. So spoilers for me are a source of frustration. Yes. And I don't know why you would want to know what's going to happen in a show that you want to watch. Right. I could understand wanting to know what's going to happen if it's a show you don't like and you just want to get the clip notes to it. But if you want to watch it, why do you want to know what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm. Colin? Well, yeah, it's kind of weird when you get a script, you're shooting a scene and you're like, oh my god, they're gonna love this when it's on, and then you see like 3 weeks before it's up, and you're like, gone, ruined.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And John, you worked on a show that could have been ruined by spoilers.
I love spoilers.
You're so controversial.
Thank you. Because here's the thing: when I give a spoiler, there's every chance it's wrong. Because I don't know.
John, those aren't called spoilers, those are called lies.
I don't want to look bad and say I don't know, so I make something up. And sometimes it's right. Yeah. But I don't know, seriously. And I don't know what other characters do in the show. I shouldn't admit that. So I make that up too.
You just read the parts of the script that pertain to you.
Yeah, count the words.
Jordan.
There's like a laser trained on me right now. There's a bullet that will hit my brain if I even just know. I hate spoilers, I'm afraid of them, I live in fear, I have to take Xanax to go to sleep.
Look what we've done to you!
That's really understandable. What is actually happening?
What? And then that's how they get you. With the microphones right here. I have the House of Cards ruined for me by some.
No.
Yeah. I won't say anything.
Was it episode?
It was 2. It was the season premiere of season 2. Yep, ruined.
Yeah.
That happened. They ruined that? Why would they talk about that?
Was it Retta?
It wasn't me. But I know it was coming. I know it was coming because she was too stupid.
It was.
Francis alone? What the hell's wrong with you?
Because they were in the subway station.
What's happened? She dies?
Spoilers! Unbelievable!
And now
Shut it down.
Gwendoline and Sam, we kind of know what happens with these characters because the books are out there. So
I don't know, so don't tell me.
Yeah, but you know, with Game of Thrones, obviously it is based upon the books, but then changes can be made. So you might think, like, you know, you go to work and it's a new season and you're like, yeah, so I've started training, when am I going to get the scripts? Because I know I'm not dying. And they say, really? Are you really not? Because you know we can make changes. Anyone can go at any time. You haven't bought a house, have you?
And you think your job security sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all there in the books, so it's very difficult when people ask you those questions, and you try and avoid the answer. And then if they've read the book, they know what's going to happen. But ultimately, you know, with our show, we're going to try and surprise even the fans of the books as well.
And Gwendoline, you have extra spoiler training now because of a certain movie that you
Can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Can't even say that I'm doing any other work whatsoever.
Misha, you had a huge scavenger hunt coming up, correct?
Oh yes, I do.
Tell us about this, because it sounds like the fans would be all up in this.
Yeah, well, they are all up in it. I just had my brain washed over with lots of visuals. It's called Kishwa's, the greatest international scavenger hunt the world has ever seen, and it is, in fact, just that. We've broken 5 Guinness World Records, and we have, I think I managed to waste tens of thousands of people's week in early August with sending them on this scavenger hunt, and it's a tremendous amount of fun for me to judge it, and the people who participate have an amazing time, and then we take the winners on some spectacular trip. This year we're going to Croatia. And this year, William Shatner, are you in the audience? Is he out there? I know he's here somewhere. He keeps tweeting me these elliptical things like, come meet me, but I don't know where. But he's participating in it, and Orlando Jones, and a few other notables, and it's exciting. We raise a lot of money for charity. I think I might have said that already. I'm just talking on loop. I'm actually a robot.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, so do any of you other guys, do you guys do any kind of fan events?
I did a bunch of fan events. I do fan events at the con every year. I have a podcast called Girl on Guy with Aisha Tyler. Both Retta and Misha have been on my show, and today I just recorded an episode with Stephen Amell. But yes, I agree with everything you're saying. Every year, fans can enter a contest to win 100 tickets to come to meet me at Comic-Con, and then they come to a spot here in town, and I just give them presents. Limited edition art that I sign, and books, and DVDs, and t-shirts, and stickers, and wristbands, and I hug them all, some reluctantly, but I hug them all. Take photos, and then 25 of those people win tickets to come be a part of a live taping of my podcast. So this week I did it on Thursday night at the Microsoft Gaming Experience with Shane West of Salem and Nikita. I also agree with that. And then they got to stay at the gaming experience, VIP, locked off, free food and drinks all night, got to play video games, and I walk in, because they got there early when Shane and I came in to record, and they'd all just had a pile of crab cakes the size of a human toddler just on their plates. Just food flapping off in every direction. You know, like there's like golluming, just shrimp! You know, I'm lucky because all of us are lucky. All year people tell you how much they love what you do and how much it means to them. And Comic-Con is our opportunity to tell you guys how much we love what you do, because you support us. We couldn't do it without you. That's what the con is all about.
We're going to go to some questions, so if you guys want to line up. But for the panel, going down from Retta, what shows are you fans of right now?
Oh God, the list is unending. Really into The Good Wife. This season was phenomenal. Scandal. I watch Game of Thrones. I watch True Blood. I watch Suits. I'm really into. I really like the Vampire Diaries. The storytelling on the Vampire Diaries is so good. Like at the end of every episode, I always say, so I met Julie Platt. I met her once at a party a couple years ago, but I saw her last night, and I know she was like, bitch, can you back off me, please? Because I couldn't stop hugging her, and I was like, I love you so much, I love her. She was like, all right, Retta, thank you for your time. I watch a lot of TV.
Basically anything but Supernatural, right?
I get it. Supernatural, I'm so late.
I love Supernatural. I really like well, I watch Game of Thrones and stuff, but Hannibal, I got really into it. I think it's really daring for network TV, some of the stuff that they do, and plus, I mean, they're both incredible actors, so nice.
Okay, so I've seen every episode of Supernatural. I'm a huge fan of that show. I'm watching both Jared and Misha have been on my podcast. I'm hunting Jensen like a wounded animal. I'm not good enough for him? What? I love Vampire Diaries. I've seen every episode of Vampire Diaries. I'm completely into Salem. If you haven't watched Salem, go back and watch it now. It's unbelievable. Shane West is killing it on that show. Penny Dreadful is my jam. Watch one episode of Penny Dreadful. It is the most elegant, literate, sexy show on television. It's incredibly well written. I have read all of the Game of Thrones books. I have seen every episode of Game of Thrones. I have read every Walking Dead comic. I've seen every episode of The Walking Dead. Archer's pretty cool. And Vikings. What? And Travis Fimmel. I'm gonna hunt him and eat him alive with a fork and knife. In a nice way, though.
House of Cards, Orphan, Black, and Game of Thrones are the only 3 TV shows I've been watching in the last year.
You snob.
And it's because I have 2 very, very small babies.
No excuses,
Who
Misha.
don't let me do anything but change diapers.
No excuses.
I'm not complaining, thank you.
Thank you. Love your show. It's
so much.
amazing. You guys are really killing it.
Well, I don't know if you know this, I don't play all the clones.
Wow, you fooled me.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert!
John?